Alright, we've got 2 levels left until the end of the game, and this next one is really cute. It's a beach-themed level. Lots of sand, lots of water, there's octopi and crabs. This is what I mean by the other levels, by most of the levels having unique aesthetics. It's a very sandy level with a lot of seashells, a lot of octopi, some crabs, some starfish stuck in the sand. Lots of water, whole bunch of water. It feels like its own place, you know? It feels like its own location, but the extra level we played last time, that didn't really feel like its own location. It just kind of felt like bunch of generic platforming stuff. Bunch of waterfalls and grass, but nothing that really stood out. This one stands out, you know? You're not going to confuse this one for the other levels. It's just different. Just like the soap platforms in one of the earlier levels, and the hexagon platforms in the level with all the bumblebees. Now this level has bumblebees too, but the bumblebees first appeared in the level with all the hexagon and bee imagery in it. I like this big tree-like structure growing out of the water too. It doesn't look like anything you'd see in real life, of course, but most of this stuff doesn't. It's a very surreal game. The piano music in this level goes a little bit nuts. It's a little bit discordant, but I'm so used to the game's music that I really like it anyway. I really like most of this game's music. It's not outstanding, but the music in the next level in particular, I think most people would enjoy listening to. Not just fans of Woodle, but most people. I guess you could call this right here the trickiest platforming in the game. It's really not that bad if you keep jumping, but I goof up a couple of times and don't press the jump button early enough. You gotta press it as soon as Woodle lands, otherwise his momentum takes effect and he falls over. Yeah, like that. But if you press it as soon as he lands, and it cancels his momentum, and that's really important. Just smashing on that jump button, you know? Does that make Woodle a button masher? Because you can get through most of the game by smashing the jump button. It may seem a little scary at first, but as you're seeing here, you can definitely do it. It's doable, and it's actually a lot easier than running or walking. A lot safer in the air. I was actually really glad to have an excuse to revisit this game, because I love Woodle Tree Adventures a lot. I've beaten Woodle Tree Adventures a whole bunch of times on Steam. It's not a long game, and I always like to go back to it, because it's just relaxing. The camera goofs up after we leave that building. So this next section can be a little difficult until the camera fixes itself, but as soon as we walk over far enough to the left, the camera will reset back to its original position. They really should have fixed this camera issue before releasing the game. Yeah, it's back to normal now. They really should have fixed that camera issue before releasing the game, though, because it happens 100% of the time. It's not just a glitch that happens sometimes. It just always happens. The octopi, by the way, will reach for us and actively try to attack us, but we don't have to get close at all because we have the projectile leaf. I don't know why I jumped right off the ledge there. That was really weird. I'm not sure why I did that. But yeah, Fabio, if you're watching this, or if your co-programmer is watching this, or the other guy you work with on publishing games under the Chubby Pixel brand, if any of you are watching this, a Switch port of the second game would be greatly appreciated. And not just by me, I think the second game would have a much wider audience than this one, because it's an open world 3D platformer with more involved mechanics and puzzle solving and stuff. I think you'd reach a much wider audience with that one than this. So if the sales on this one aren't so great, please don't let that deter you. Not that it's deterred you before, because I know a lot of people didn't like the original Woodle Tree, and you still made the sequel, and I commend you for that. And I'm gonna play that sequel someday, when my computer's not a toaster, or if it gets ported to the Switch. I think in the original Let's Play I did of Woodle Tree Adventures around here is where I said that the characters and general scenery reminded me of those toddler toys at McDonald's. Like, you used to be able to get special toddler Happy Meal toys. And that's still true. But I also said that I would probably stick those in my mouth. And that's also probably still true. Maybe not the ones that look like sand, though. Now with this level done, we only have the one more, and we have enough berries now to get the headband. And this is one of the biggest disappointments in Deluxe for me. In the original game, the headband had physics, but in this one it doesn't. And that's just really sad. I mean, yeah, the physics didn't work right and they look kinda goofy, but the physics were part of the charm of wearing the karate headband. Now the karate headband is just it's kind of a red circle on Whittletree's head. This is the level with the thickest atmosphere and the level with the music that I think most people would enjoy. A lot of the other music can be hard to listen to if you're not a fan of Whittletree, because some of it is a bit discordant. I think that's intentional to go with this surreal and cutesy atmosphere. But this music, I think, can be appreciated more by a general audience. It's very pleasant to listen to, follows a very sweet melody. The frame rate doesn't like this level very much, though. Maybe the frame rate's just kind of bad to compensate for the really nice music. Playing this level on Christmas would be amazing. I should have thought of that. But yeah, I love this level and its music and atmosphere so much. It's just so cozy. I actually almost cried a little bit when I started playing this level on the Switch version, because it had been like around a year at that point since I last played Whittletree. And the music is just so... the momentum. That was my fault, because I wasn't paying attention. But the music is just so nice, and this level is just so serene and pretty, and all the snow and the logs, and it just... so cozy here. It's a very short level, and not very hard either. There are a couple jumps that are kind of tricky, but they're for berries, not for fairy tears. That was my fault again, I didn't press the jump button soon enough. But there are a couple tricky jumps in this level, but they don't go to fairy tears, they're just to collect extra berries. So if you were just going through this level to get the fairy tears, this would be a really short level. It wouldn't be hard at all. Maybe that's why I didn't remember it as much the first couple times I played Whittletree Adventures, and why I liked some of the other levels better, and said that in my first Let's Play, but I think this level's my favorite now, just because of the atmosphere. Like, the platforming and architecture isn't super great or creative like in the other levels, but the atmosphere is so strong. Without the music, it wouldn't be nearly as strong. I don't know what this weird, egg igloo is. It's shaped kind of funny. It's a little sad that Whittletree Adventures is almost over again, but we'll visit Whittletree again someday when I can play the sequel. So this isn't the last we'll see of the little guy. This is the last we'll see of the little guy in his original form, though, unless they release this game a third time. But I don't see that happening. So yeah, you're gonna have to say goodbye to Whittletree for now. Don't know when we'll see him again, but we'll see him again. I'll see him again before you will, though, unless you buy the game, because I play this game almost every year. And sometimes multiple times a year. But anyway, we're nearing the end. You may have noticed there was one other level in Woodle's house that we could play if we paid 600 berries. But I really don't like that level. I like it even less than the new level that was added for Deluxe. In my original Let's Play, I intentionally avoided showing off the level in Woodle's house that cost 600 berries. And I'm gonna avoid showing it off again because I really don't like it. And we don't need to play it to finish the game or get the credits. And I'm not gonna make myself go through something I don't want to do. Especially in a game that I play to relax and have fun in. You know, this is a game I play to relax. Alright, get ready for the ending.